Hello everybody, welcome back to the Sleep Mechanics and Talk series. Now, I am working on a long video that I'm going to be releasing in this series pretty soon, but some sort of posts that I've seen lately kind of made me think about making this video, because I feel like it's really relevant right now, especially with the with Sneasel being released, that I think this is a topic that a lot of people need to be considering and isn't really going into much thought when it comes to the game. And that is a phenomena that I'm going to refer to as the 16-pip problem, the title of the video. Now, when it comes to the 16-pip problem, I have two examples. I've pulled two examples up that I'm going to be showing off. And this one is shout out to Sonja. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's either Sonja or Sonia. Either way, thanks for letting me use this. I asked permission in the Discord after they posted this, and yeah. So here's their Delibird that they found. Now, Delibird, great Pokemon, fantastic for eggs. At one point, eggs were the top of the meta. Coffee's kind of power crept eggs a little bit, but a lot of people were desiring the Delibird, to have a really good Delibird, so that they could produce those eggs consistently to make, particularly the flower gift macarons. Very powerful meal. It's now the second highest dessert in the game, but at one point was the highest dessert in the game, so it was very powerful. And a lot of people still want a good Delibird because it is the only mono egg farmer in the game. The big problem with it is that it takes 16 pips. And this one in particular, in the Discord that I pulled it from, Sonja asked, is this a good Delibird? Do I end the hunt? And a lot of people were saying, it's not amazing, but it's great. Or it's not amazing, but it's good enough for a 16 pip investment. It is something that you definitely should invest into because it is going to do its job and do its job well. Another example that I found, this one's one that I pulled off the Reddit. It's a Sneasel that somebody posted that has Berry Finding S at 50. And people asked, the OP asked, should I invest in this one? Is this the Sneasel that I invest in? And the comments pretty much said, it's not the best. Waiting till level 50 for Berry Finding S is going to be a long haul, but it'll probably take so much longer to catch a better one that has Berry Finding S sooner that, like, you should invest because it's going to be the best that you're going to encounter. The best that you're going to catch, most likely. So, people were advising in the comments to invest in this one. I think that these people made great advice. This is not bad advice that these people are giving. They're 100% accurate. 16-pip Pokemon are very difficult to catch. You're not going to encounter very many of them, so you kind of are willing to settle for stats that are kind of mediocre, as long as it does the job. Which, if we go into production comparison and take a look here, this Delibird produces 77 eggs a day. That's perfect. It takes 75 eggs a day to make this Flower Gift Macarons, the current highest egg requiring meal in the game. This Weavile, pretty good. I mean, it's got Berry Finding S, so it's going to be good. The reason why I want to talk about this 16-pip phenomena is that the whole point of this video is that 16-pip Pokemon just aren't worth the investment to begin with. These are great examples of ones that I would consider being okay for a 16-pip investment. If you happen to catch them, great. That's awesome. But, as for what you should actually be hunting in this game, I want to make a quick comparison, and that is here. These are the competitor Pokemon that are, like, do the same job, but are much easier to catch. And if I compare this Delibird to this Abomasnow, at level 60, this Abomasnow just has a Speed Up Nature, Help Speed S, and Ingredient Finder S. That's very meh Ingredient Finding stats. And also, it's got the ABB list, which is more common than the AAA list. So this Abomasnow is going to be way easier to catch if you're accurately hunting the Abomasnow over the Delibird. I would argue because of it being a 5-pip investment on a Snover. But if you look down here, it's also that 77 eggs a day, which is the same value. So, which Pokemon would I suggest hunting? Well, you're going to catch this Abomasnow far before you're going to catch this specific Delibird. So why do people hunt the Delibird? Because it looks better on paper, but that's only if you get the better sub-skills in nature. Because if this Delibird was better, yeah, it would be better than the Abomasnow at producing eggs. Additionally, the Abomasnow also produces tomatoes on the side, which is just an outright upgrade. Better. Also making tomatoes on the side on top of the eggs, just strictly better in that way as well. And then, compared to this Weavile, the new hot topic, the Weavile with the Berry Finding S, once again, I agree. It's a good investment because you're not going to catch a Weavile that's better, most likely. But at the same time, if we compare it to Houndoom, one of the current Pokemon that has really, really fallen off in terms of berry output because it's just been power crept by Weavile. It's always been competing with Walrein and Vigoroth, and because of that, it's always been kind of bad in the meta. But as you can see here, in terms of berry output, they're very comparable, only about 400 less on the Houndoom, with only a single Help Speed S subskill in there, making it better. Then this example that I found on the Reddit. Once again, these ones are not bad. They're not bad investments if you happen to catch them. But should you be hunting a Delibird or Weavile to begin with, I would argue that is not a good idea because you're going to have a much better time hunting 5-pip Pokemon that you can deal with better subskills on. And I think that is particularly relevant right now with the release of Weavile looking like a new meta-defining Pokemon. I think its 16-pip investment holds it back, and I really think that 16-pip Pokemon are only good for the Mega Whales, who can afford to buy Ultra Biscuits consistently, who can afford to be spending diamonds on biscuits and great biscuits to catch really whatever they want. But as for the average player, you know what? If you see one that's hungry, toss a biscuit its way. Because you know what? Maybe it'll mega hit. Maybe you'll get basically free Delibird. Maybe you'll get a basically free Weavile. They're not bad Pokemon. It's just the opportunity cost of the biscuits you have to invest, how rare they are. If you're spending time to properly hunt them, think about the opportunity cost of how you could have been hunting 5-pip Pokemon instead. And I would say there isn't a single 16-pip Pokemon in the game, aside from, one could argue, Dedenne. Dedenne's kind of a bit exception because it's the only Pokemon currently in the game that does what it does. But if we put Dedenne aside, I genuinely believe that there is not a single 16-pip Pokemon in the game that is worth an actual hunt over, since the hunt is going to be so long, arduous, and time and costly. And I know this is a bit of a simpler video in terms of how long it is for my sleep talks and mechanics video, but it's a really simple topic that I just wanted to touch on. Don't hunt a Weavile, hunt a Houndoom. Houndoom's not even good, but if you want a Dark Berry specialist, I'd recommend to hunt a Houndoom instead of hunting a Weavile, because Weavile is just that costly. Don't hunt a Delibird, hunt the Abomasnow. I know the Abomasnow looks worse on paper, but with how cheap it is, you're going to catch a better one because you would settle for worse or better subskills in nature than what you would on a Delibird. Anyway, if you have enjoyed the video, and maybe learned a little bit of something, then don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye now.